Students, this can be a challenging time of year in Maine. The days are cold and short, and the promise of spring seems a long way off.
One group of students is looking even farther into the future with an eye toward what happens when they finish school and move on. One by one, they made their way outdoors. Students at Bowdoin College in Brunswick getting their pictures taken.
Can I picture her? I think that's good. Great.
These photos were taken with more care than your basic selfie, and with good reason.
Keep your eyes on the camera just as I move around, and just keep smiling. Hands straight at your sides. Perfect.
The students will be using these pictures for their employment profiles on LinkedIn.
Nobody would know that it's 20 degrees outside.
No.
No one will know.
Learning how to polish their LinkedIn profiles is one small part of an event that's mandatory for every second-year student at Bowdoin. It's called Bowdoin Sophomore Bootcamp.
So I was like, boot camp, what is that, you know?
Bootcamp is 3 days of workshops, guidance, and conversations, all of it aimed at helping students learn how to explore potential internships and jobs, first while in college, then after graduation.
You know, when I graduated, I didn't go to my career office, I'll admit that. And it was so hard and lonely and stressful in that process of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And it took so much longer that we're really hoping to accelerate that process and make it a lot less stressful for students so they can enjoy college and enjoy the life they're hoping to lead after.
You'll also write your primary job interviews.
Much of the advice is practical: how to sharpen a resume, improve interview skills, do a better job of networking. But Bootcamp also encourages fresh thinking.
Kind of the whole point is like, this is your life and we really don't care what you do with it, but we just want you to know what your options are and know that we want you to succeed in whatever your definition of succeed really is.
And then write like 5 sample jobs.
Aiden Feely is another senior who went through boot camp 2 years ago. He's now helping sophomores find their paths.
I think that when I was a sophomore, I was really scared about like networking and writing a resume and cover letters and stuff like that. So I think my main goal here is to just try and keep everyone a little bit mellow about it and try and make sure that people know that, you know, it's not as scary as it seems.
There's an obvious question that comes up when offering career counseling to sophomores, and that is, can you really expect many of them to know what they want to do after graduation?
We had 5 alumni come and talk to us, and they didn't know what they were doing when they were here. They didn't know what they're doing out of college, and they still might not know what they're doing. And that was really comforting. And
as a sophomore, I feel like there's still a lot of time to like take courses and figure out what interests me. But I think moving through in a couple years, I definitely want to be have a little bit more direction.
Students at Bowdoin are high achievers, but finding the right career can be very different from getting into a competitive college or doing well in academics.
We really try to break apart that idea that there is a right choice or that there's only one path. And get them comfortable with the idea that now they're not achieving, they're building a life, which is a really different thing.
Even when you land that job, the search doesn't end. It's a perpetual quest for who do I want to be in this community.
If you get nothing else out of boot camp,
Yes.
you've got a nice sweatshirt.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I was very impressed when I came back, and I was very glad that we got to wear this. So yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah.
Don't throw that away. In 30 years, when you show up at a reunion here, I want you to be wearing that hoodie.
Absolutely, I'll definitely wear it, of course, yes.
So, do you know what you want to be when you grow up, Sam?
I'm still working on that.
Yes, that's
Truly.
the point. It really is.
I loved what the young lady said about kind of redefining what success means to you, because I think there is so much pressure on us our whole lives to figure out exactly what we do, what we want to do, and how we want to do it. And I think by redefining that success, like she said, it opens the door to so much.
Did you know when you were 19, 20 years old what you wanted to do?
I knew I wanted to do this. I was one of the lucky ones. I will say, though, when I was younger, I thought I wanted to be a vet because I loved animals, but then I couldn't do the blood. So I'd rather do this, with you.
Well, I'm glad things have worked out for you.
Me too, seriously.
Because when I was 19 or 20, I had no idea what I wanted to do. When I graduated, the day I graduated from college, I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Hey, but it worked out.
It worked out. Once I got into this line of work, I was pretty darn happy. Still am. Grateful.